Here it is, first of the routes announced at Dovetail Direct to be released, and that is the Bahnstrecke Salzburg to Rosenheim route. This one comes with the BR Treble One in DB livery. It looks like a pretty interesting route, I have to say. By the way, welcome to this video. If you do enjoy it, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing if you're new to the channel. Let's look at some of the highlights of this route. So as we know, it's going to go between Austria, or Germany and Austria. It will come with the BR Treble One as mentioned. It's 89 kilometers long, so pretty decent in length, 13 stations. Obviously features the Austrian border crossing. And so say it will come with many layers, but I'll come onto that a little bit later in the video. Something it doesn't mention on there is obviously the time period this is set in. It's set in 2013 when there was a kind of a mix of more modern traction, but also slightly older traction as well. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. If we dive into the route map itself, as you can see, there are 14 stations actually listed, but you'll notice one of them is actually under construction, which I think is quite neat. So I guess based on when this route is set, that station was actually being constructed. So hopefully, when you're flying past there, it will look, very much like a construction site. But yeah, as I say, we start off in Rosenheim, as you can see on the left there, with the majority of the route being in Germany, unlike Vorarlberg, which is kind of the opposite, with a small part being in Austria, but actually majority of route being, still small part being in Germany, but majority being in Austria. This one is kind of the other way around. And then, of course, within Austria, it's very much all centered around Salzburg. And you can see there's a whole little clump of stations there. So hopefully we'll see a lot of commuter action, I guess, in that little clump around Salzburg. And we'll come on to what traction you can expect to see on this route. So as I say, the BR Treble One comes with this route in its DB livery, and I have to say, you will see by the pictures on screen, it looks utterly fantastic. I think they've certainly done it justice. I'm very impressed with how it's looking. Of course, this loco was, as they call it, a 70s classic, but it was built between 1974 and 1984. It was used all across Germany, running kind of S-Bahn services, but also intercity trains. So yeah, pretty neat. They've seen a whole range of operations, but actually, despite their age of being built in the 70s and 80s, most of the fleet actually remains in service today. With the DB BR Treble One, you'll notice that they're hauling a rake of Dostos, which will come with the BR Treble One. So very much modern coaches. Pretty nice to see. The Treble One also utilises a tap changer. You would have seen the tap changer on a number of German locos that we already have within Train Sim World. So pretty neat that we get another one. It's a very different driving experience compared to certainly the more modern locos that are sometimes combined handles or kind of percentage on the throttles, etc. So it should give a really nice experience, one that I'm absolutely looking forward to. In terms of the other traction, you may see the 4024 in its OBB livery, also layer in from Vorarlberg, and that's pretty neat actually. So it's nice to see that content that comes with Train Sim World 4 also will enhance this route, and I should imagine that will act as the kind of the commuter services in and around Salzburg. So big thumbs up from me on that part. In terms of freight, we know it will come with the BR 185, so that's pretty neat as well actually. So it's got a real mix of operations of kind of intercity with the BR Treble One, commuter action with the 4024, and of course freight with the 185. In terms of other layers, we don't know too much about the other layers at the moment, but of course with German content there's a whole, we've got a huge catalogue of potential options, and I'm sure when we get closer to release we'll start to hear about it. One thing that they did clear up recently is that we know Semmeringbahn is an Austrian route, and that will be coming soon. But what they did say is the OBB 1116 will actually layer back into Bahnstrecke Salzburg to Rosenheim once it actually releases. So that's pretty neat that we know that that layer will be coming. And again, that will make this route even richer with all different varieties. So I think that's a real positive on my part. But yeah, it would be good to hear a little bit more about those layers, of course, before it releases. I'm sure there will be a preview, and I believe it is on Thursday, the 22nd of February, and you can see that on Trains and World's YouTube and Twitch channels. So yeah, if you're considering picking this up, I think it's great to always get a view of what the route will look like, what the gameplay will be. And just a reminder, this route releases on the 27th of February. Of course, those of you on Steam can pick this up a little bit, well, can pre-order this with a 10% discount, and that starts from the 20th of February. So yeah, if you are considering picking it up, make sure you take advantage of that discount. We always like a bit of money off. But I think this perfectly wraps up this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Please consider hitting that like button, and I'm sure I will see you in the next video. So bye-bye for now.